All right, boys and girls, we're here. Last2Chosen. I'm just gonna start it because I'm not waiting for a
We
countdown.
are so bad at
We're so bad. He's like, you can go
I was hoping
anytime.
for like a countdown.
Yeah, no countdown this time.
Nothing.
Last2Chosen. I'm Mike,
I'm Cody.
and with that being said, we have a
Shit.
challenge button.
We do have a challenge button.
Yeah, and that's your challenge. All right, let's go. We got a challenge. I'm gonna get the challenge ready. Cody, if you can do me one favor, I just need you to face that way, and don't look at the door at all. I don't have a blindfold. Anybody have a blindfold? Do you have anything?
No.
Put the bag over your head.
It's a terrible idea.
Just cover your eyes.
Well, yeah, but he's got to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I will tell you what the I will tell you what the challenge is as soon as I have what I need. I will be right back.
Okay. So while I have my eyes shut, I would like to let everybody know that I finally brought the dies. They're punishment dies. And on the dies are different types of punishments. There's smaller ones, there's bigger ones. And we're going to figure out how many losses I have, how many losses Mike has, and then we're going to roll the die. In some cases, we'll have to do like a punishment a week later or a couple weeks later, depending on what it is. And then we will figure it out. You know, we'll get it recorded and get everything situated for everyone. As you can see, we have a candle as well to light the mood. It is not a real candle. It is a battery-operated candle because we cannot be trusted with fire. So that's a pretty good time. Man, Mike sure is taking a long time.
Just keep facing this way.
All right, I'm just going to keep facing this way. This isn't a sponsor, dude, but this body armor stuff, strawberry banana's the goat. This is a strawberry grape one.
Is the banana flavor actually taste good?
Dude, it tastes like a smoothie. It's so good, bro. These body armors are delicious. Superior hydration. This is a good time for me to tell a story about my mom. So my mom took a train to go up to Delaware. And on the way back, she left the train in like Winter Haven and to like go smoke a cigarette or something, and then they left her. So she had to go into the train station. They were driving to Orlando. They got all of her stuff in Orlando, so she had to take like a bus. What does it smell like? What does that smell?
Don't worry about that smell right now, buddy. Are we ready for this challenge?
Yeah.
All right, so your challenge is you're on a hot date.
Oh. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Cody. How's
You
it
smell
going?
nice.
Thank you.
So what your challenge is today, you were on a date, thanks to bringing the candle, for 5 minutes. That's your
Okay.
date. And if she accepts a second date, you don't have to roll the die. But if she does accept a date, you don't have to roll the die. How's that sound? Perfect.
That's fun.
I love this. This is fantastic.
Have you had her in the truck this whole time?
No, she pulled up.
Oh.
Right when I pulled up, and I said, so she parked behind my truck. Yeah, so. All right, so how we're going to do this, we'll just put 5 minutes on the clock, and you guys will start your date. So it better be a date.
I love how you are like, hey, I'm going to do this challenge so that I don't have to be around for like 5 minutes. And you're
No,
gonna...
I would stand right here and
Yeah,
watch this whole thing. I'm not leaving.
All right.
Here we go.
Before we start, Heather, there's a make sure you talk into the microphone.
Okay.
You can hear what I'm saying. Have you talked into a microphone before?
Not successfully.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Are we when are we starting the timer? Now, okay, here's a couple of questions. I know Heather. Is this a
Unfortunately.
situation where I'm not allowed to bring up things that I already know about her?
That's a good question.
Or is this like...
It's a blind date.
But it's not.
Why not?
Because I...
Just do a date. That's all I want. I just want to see if it's going to be accepted. So if you were on a date, how would it go?
I don't know. I've never been on a blind date. This is fun.
Let's do it.
All right. Give me a countdown. You got a timer?
I will get a timer right now.
I'm sorry you have to do this.
I know.
It's a tough.
I Honestly, I thought that you were gonna immediately say, "Hell no,"
Oh,
the second you turned around. So I thought that was gonna be the end of like the bit.
so
and
it's
then
funny.
you were just gonna say challenge accepted.
And then I was just gonna roll the die. Yeah.
I kind of thought that's how this was gonna go.
So essentially, what it was is I was telling a story about how my mom had a train leave her because she took a train to go see her brother, which is insane. And I smelt your like perfume,
oh no, I heard that. I was there.
and
for
I'm
that.
like, "What does that smell?" I was like, and then I was like, "Oh, this is a person." I was like, "This is a person for sure. I know it's a person." I was like, "Now I have to try to figure out who the person is." I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
What a lovely, lovely surprise. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
How's school going?
It was.
Sure. Okay, great. How's school going?
School's going okay.
Yeah.
Could be better, but could be worse. I'm gonna host like a midterm game night review party next week.
See, that's cool. Like when I was a kid, that was like the only way that I knew how to learn, because it was like, if I'm not interested in it, especially like the dumb subjects, like it's one of those things where I have to like make it fun, like a specific game, and obviously with college kids, you can turn it into whatever. You could turn it into drinking games. You could turn it into.
I don't think we're gonna be drinking. There's a lot of people in my cohort that actually do not drink at all, which is crazy to me.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Especially good for them though.
Yeah.
They can do. You're gonna
They're
have to
still
have.
having a fun time, I guess. So
Yeah.
I
Are you
just-
gonna do like prizes and stuff like that?
I don't think so, but we've got like 4 different stations because I have a PT table at my apartment, and
Okay.
we've got like a bone box, so we'll set some bones off at like a table and do like a mock practical situation and stuff. And
That's interesting.
I'm thinking about like doing like a Kahoot or like a Jeopardy situation.
Yeah.
To kind of like get things going.
Yeah.
And then snacks and soda and stuff.
See, Jeopardy, having it like a game show is really funny. You should have one person, you should have somebody help you that doesn't know, what's going on, as far as, doesn't know all the terms and things like that, and make them wear, a suit and be, the game show host, and then have, a whole situation.
I kind of wanted to, recruit one of the people in the older class, the class above us.
Okay.
That lives at, our apartment complex and be like, hey, you're going to be the game host. And I feel like they would take it just unseriously enough.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
It's funny, but seriously enough that it's even more hilarious.
You can just pay them with a case of beer or whatever they want. Buy them food.
Again, that person doesn't drink.
Oh, the person you're going to ask doesn't drink.
I'm going to probably
buy them food.
Yeah. Apparently they have a McDonald's addiction or something.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Also, the McDonald's right by apartment.
That's
the best French fries.
Yeah, but it's also a terrible time because first off that the people that work there are just God, these fucking guys and girls and these people coming in from the college at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? Ordering crazy
2 p.m.
things.
Right after class.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, right after cadaver lab.
Is everybody in bed at 10?
No. Fun fact. My roommate is on a study date right now.
Nice.
But
nice. You think they're doing any studying?
No, probably not.
No.
But yesterday she was up till 4 a.m. talking to this person. So, yeah.
That's tough.
Not everybody abides by.
Yeah, there's a barrier of how much you care about somebody that you're willing to stay up a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because most people, even somebody like Mike, if he shoots me a text after 11:30, if I'm home and I'm not with him, he's not getting a response until the morning.
Oh, okay.
So
boundaries. Good job.
Yeah, you know how it is. But to be up until 4 a.m. texting somebody, that's tough. You can't catch feelings in college. You know what I mean?
Oh my lord.
Especially because if you're when you finish college, if you guys are moving away, now it's all awkward. You got to try to do a long distance thing. I don't know. I didn't do traditional college. So I partied like I was in college, which was probably not a good idea, especially because I just finished college, and then I was starting to party around college age, and then it just kind of kept going. So now it's nice, so I don't have an excuse to go out drinking and doing all that stuff. But I think personally, people should wait to go to college until they're like 30.
Interesting take.
Yeah, well, certain things, like if you're going to be a doctor, you kind of have to get that done early, or certain things like that, because I knew what I wanted to do, but I mean, an 18-year-old kid, you throw him into college and you're like, hey, you got to pick what you want to be for the rest of your life. It's tough.
I think that there is a benefit to having somebody work full time before they go into a career related degree.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Just because with my experience, I worked full time for a year, had a part-time job on top of it, was trying to get in some money, realized how much I did not want to be just an entry level person.
You got to grind a little bit before you realize where you're going to be at. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where we're having a conversation, Mike. But it's also
he gives up on the conversation right away.
Yeah, it's one of those things. For me, I've worked in the service industry where you have to deal with people that just suck. And right now, I'm currently working at a job that has nothing to do with the degree that I got, and it's a great job. So I'm gonna continue to work there until an opportunity presents itself. But it's the grind. You know what I mean? 18, 17-year-old kids, they just don't have that grind.
Yeah.
So. But I guess Mike has to take over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We just.
How'd it go? Is it gonna be a second date?
Sure. You could say no, and then I roll the die.
No.
Thanks.
Let's go.
I love you, Cody.
Yeah, love you too, Heather. Shoot, it doesn't even matter what I said. She's like, you're gonna roll that die.
You could just be the nicest person in the world, compliment her. That is fantastic.
So now, does
we're
Heather
back.
just have to hang out for the rest of the podcast?
Yeah, we're gonna all go out after. You didn't know that part either.
I drove here, man.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that part out. So, how was that surprise?
I'm in slides.
Perfect. Do you want to know where we're
Can you
going?
get her a chair, dude?
Yeah, there's a stack of them.
What are we doing right now? We're the worst people on the planet.
She's died.
She's over here losing it. She's lost. We've lost her.
If you don't know, she just sat.
She just laid down.
just fucking.
All right. There he is. Yeah, there he is. Look at the.
What a real piece of shit that guy is. By the way, that shit's. I don't think he's been on camera once.
Yeah, there he is. There's our guy. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Look at the placement too. The worst placement he possibly. All he did was trap her in. You could just drag the chair out to the end of
Put
the
her over
table
here,
at this point.
at least. Oh my gosh.
Let her
What
play
are
on
we
her
doing?
phone at least.
What are we doing?
Golly, dude?
All right, so with that, how many rolls now you got so far?
So, all right. I lost the picks
Yes.
twice,
Yep.
and I've lost 2 challenges.
Correct.
Wait, is this our 4th pod or 3rd?
Third, but we had multiples on one.
So then maybe I only lost the picks
I think you have 3.
twice, yeah. I lost the picks twice. I've lost 2 challenges. You've lost 1 challenge.
Okay, perfect.
And then we're going to, I guess, check the picks for this one.
Let's
You want to
do
get
you-
your phone out?
Do you have
I have the picks
Last
from
week's?
last week,
Perfect.
yeah, but I don't remember.
Let's figure out what we have, and then we'll
Yeah.
accumulate all the picks. How's that sound? All right. Football schedule or scores. All right, here we go. I can't remember what we picked last week.
Let me know when you're ready.
See more. All right, so that was for week 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that was Texas, Michigan.
Then week 3.
Week 3. All right, here we go.
Alabama, Wisconsin.
Who picked what?
We both picked Alabama.
Okay.
16.5.
It was 42-10 Alabama. We both covered.
Both won that one. LSU at South Carolina.
It was 36-33.
Okay, so you won that one.
Let's go.
So 2-1.
Let's go.
Ball State at Miami.
What a pick.
We both picked Miami at -36.
It was 62-0.
Okay, won that one. Memphis and Florida State, FSU by 7.
Okay. Who picked what?
You picked Florida State. I picked Memphis.
Ooh, I think that was a bad one for me.
Yeah.
It's not even on here because it's showing the top 25.
I have it. I forgot that I put X's by who won.
Okay.
So Memphis actually, I think they beat Florida State.
Yeah, let me just see what the score is real quick.
Yeah.
Memphis
God,
FSU.
they're so fucking bad, dude.
It was 20-12.
That's tough. Memphis
I
won?
lost by 8. No, I lost by a lot.
You
but
lost by a lot, yeah.
Okay.
And then UMass at Buffalo.
I gotta look
Buffalo
that one.
by 3.5. It's all right. I've got it. You won. So
Really? What
Yeah.
I pick? I can't remember.
you picked Buffalo.
Okay.
I picked UMass.
It was
So
34-3.
I think I think that's my second one. That's why I think I have to roll twice.
Okay.
Because we did one week 1 and then we did one last week. I've lost both.
Yeah.
And then I've lost 2 challenges now.
So that's 4.
That's 4 rolls. And then you've got 1 roll.
Perfect.
All
right.
I guess, well, it depends. Cause are we combining the NFL picks too?
Yeah, I think it's all just together.
Okay, so then that means you're up 3-2. And then
NFL
Colts at Packers, you won that one with Green Bay, so it's 4-2. Rams at Cardinals. The Cardinals won, right?
Yes.
5-2.
41-10.
Yeah, 5-2. Cincy and the Chiefs, we both picked
It was
KC.
26-25.
We both
I don't-
picked Denver, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that was.
I picked Jacksonville because I'm an idiot. So yeah, I'm
What
rolling
was-
twice.
What was Jacksonville? Just so I can see.
Jacksonville and the Browns.
It was 18-13 Browns.
All right. So I'm gonna roll 4 times, and you're gonna roll once.
And we can't do multiples, right? Or
We can, yeah. I can roll. So we have 3 dies with punishments here. Do you want me to just roll 3, and then you could pick the other die for the 4th one?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let's do that. All right, so there's a bunch of different ones. Nobody knows what's on it, right? On the podcast.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They
so,
don't know what's
okay,
on it.
Perfect.
So
we'll explain it when we hit it.
All right. So
So
we're
we're going red first.
I have to do a hot sauce.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I have to plank for 60 seconds.
We have a medical professional in here.
I have to buy Mike a ticket to a concert.
I think I had to get you a concert. I think that's what it was.
No, because it's the loser has to buy the winner. No. Oh,
I buy it because
you
I
buy
can pick
me-
any kind
you
of
buy-
concert.
Oh, you're coming with me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so pick a die and I'll roll it again.
Ooh, man. Let's do the orange one.
You want to write it down again? Should we write down what I have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do?
Shiz, can you write those down? Sorry, or do you don't even have a phone?
Thanks,
do you?
dude. I have to do the cinnamon challenge.
Oh, you got it easy.
You got it on
Oh,
film.
you got it on film.
So I have to do hot sauce.
Yep.
Any hot sauce. I have to eat like one thing with the hot sauce on it. I have to do the cinnamon challenge. You have to buy me a ticket to a random concert.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's Hall & Oates. And
Yeah, but you have to go.
then I have to plank for 60 seconds.
I think it's gonna be like the craziest EDM concert you've ever been to.
Dude, yeah.
That's. No, we're gonna do them all separate.
Yeah.
That'd be kinda fun.
What we'll do to make things a little bit easier
Yeah.
is we can put like 3, like the cinnamon challenge,
Yeah. And the
hot sauce, and the plank we can do next week on
Perfect.
the pod.
Yeah, we get all 3 of them.
And then you can look up concerts.
I love that.
Is there a specific die that you want to? You know what? You go ahead and
You choose the die. I'll roll it.
yeah,
he did.
You green one
Okay.
because that one's got Buc-ee's on it.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll explain it if I hit it. Oop. Alcohol challenge. Oh, that's gonna be rough.
That's a fun one. I'm gonna pick probably 3 different alcohols that he's going to. We could do like a blindfold. You could try to guess what it
I
is.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
and
that.
they're not going to be great.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the 99 bananas again or
Yeah,
whatever.
so I did this before, and I was in charge of it. And I walked into a liquor store, and there was a nice woman working there. And I said, hi. And she was like, hello. I was like, I want to hurt my friends. And she was like, with alcohol? And I was like, yeah. She goes, all right, follow me. And then there was like a whole section of
shooters.
And she's like, all of them. Like, whatever one you want. So I found the most disgusting ones. And it actually was a great time.
It was fun.
It was a wonderful time.
It's on our YouTube channel if you want to look that up.
It is on our.
Look at the videos.
It is on our YouTube channel.
That was a good one. Awesome.
All right, so let's put the dies away.
Yep. So we got those. Let's
Do
let's get the picks going.
Okay.
So we
Now
get that through.
this week I chose all the picks.
Yeah.
I don't know if next week you want to choose all of them.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll find a day.
And I got some good ones.
You doing college first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. All right, let's give me first one.
Okay.
Florida at Mississippi State.
Oh, what a fucking shit show.
Florida by 6.5.
Who's the quarterback for that game? Is it DJ?
I think so.
It's at Florida.
It's at Mississippi State.
I'm gonna go. It's all right. It's 6. I'm gonna go Mississippi State.
I'm also gonna go Mississippi State because I don't trust Florida.
I
All
don't
right,
at all. No.
next one: Georgia Tech
Oh, let's go Yellow Jackets.
at Louisville.
Love it.
Louisville by 10.
The hell is that noise? Is that your stomach? You fuck.
Does his stomach just growl?
Dude, it's loud as shit.
I didn't even hear it.
I hope a mic picked that up. You know what? Give me Yellow Jackets.
Oh.
They beat FSU. You know.
So Louisville's ranked.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna take Louisville.
So is Florida State. Just saying.
Florida State is a dumpster fire.
That's true.
Here's a good one. You know, one that I personally love. This is a team that I love. Memphis. It's not that one. At Navy.
Oh.
Memphis by 9.
Give me Memphis. They're playing really well this year.
Yeah, unfortunately. Fuck, dude. I don't want to. See, the problem is the past couple of weeks I've picked some opposite of you for fun, and now I have fucking stupid shit that I have to do.
Don't fucking just copy me.
So I'm picking Memphis as well.
You son of a
I love Navy, though.
Dude, I'm going to be the biggest Georgia Tech fan this week.
Yeah, you are. I also got one that you're not going to like, and it's the next one.
Okay.
Rutgers
Okay.
at Virginia Tech.
Oh,
Tech by 3.
that's going to be a good game. You know what? Tech lost to Vanderbilt this year. Give me Rutgers.
Oh. I am taking Virginia Tech.
Fuck. Hey, have you ever leave a bar in Piscataway before?
Just left the bar in Piscataway, New Jersey. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
We went to Rutgers for our college football trip. Was it 2 years ago? Your brother had a leg then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Jason. That was just.
Jason would have loved that
Yeah,
joke.
that's a good joke.
Jason would love
It was
that.
funny. He sent a picture of his nephew. I said, dude, he's got both legs.
Yeah, can't be his. All right. Tennessee at Oklahoma. Tennessee by 7. Tutty.
Oh, this is the last. Oh, we're still doing college. Okay.
Yeah, we
I
have.
thought. All right. Okay.
No, the Oklahoma NFL team.
I know that's what confused me. Right away I thought Thunder. I was like, what are we doing?
You're like OKC Thunder. It's
Tennessee is putting up 60 to 70 points a game.
Mhm.
Give me Tennessee.
I'm also going to take Tennessee.
But, see, that's what happens when I pick first.
All right, now going from Tennessee College to Tennessee NFL. Green Bay versus Tennessee. Tennessee by 2.
Stop. Jordan Love might come back. I saw the report on it. Packers.
What do I want to do here? I'm going to do...
What are we doing?
I'm going to do Tennessee.
Okay. Oh, ooh, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Will Levis fan? You like mayonnaise?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Mayonnaise
I'm a Tony Pollard fan.
Oh.
Now that he's not with the Cowboys, I like
You
him
like
even
him now?
more.
Yeah.
It's my favorite attribute of him is that he doesn't play for the Cowboys. All right. Detroit at Arizona. Now, this is a weird...
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's a weird line. Detroit by 3. What a weird line that is.
I got to say something. I felt really comfortable picking the Cardinals last week because of what they did in the first half against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is no joke, though. If Kyler's playing the way he's playing, they're going to keep it close.
They torched last week.
Yeah.
And then it was Marvin Harrison Jr.'s coming out party.
Yeah.
Like he was
his first 3 catches were.
Did you see his first touchdown catch?
Yes.
I have him in one of my fantasy leagues,
Yeah.
dude. He caught that one with right at the end zone, dude. Fucking rock hard.
Yeah.
I was so amped for him.
With that being said, they're in Detroit.
They're in Arizona.
Oh, they're in Arizona. Oh, that's gonna. Ooh. Shit. Give me Detroit.
Fuck, dude. That's what I picked.
Give me Detroit.
And the only reason I'm picking Detroit is because the Bucks put it on them last week.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of.
And
in
they
back
got
of
to
my
bounce
mind,
back.
They will. They'll bounce back.
Because my Bucks fucking put it on them, dude. All right. Here's an interesting one because you, I don't know. Before you make your decision, I'm going to make you aware of the injury report.
Okay.
San Francisco at the Rams. San Francisco by 6.5.
No Debo.
No Debo.
No McCaffrey.
No McCaffrey. The only healthy wide receiver that they really have is Brandon Ayuk because Ricky Pearsall is still
Shot.
He got shot in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's out. So they're gonna have like Jennings, Ayuk, and then like Kittle. So like put Kittle in any like DraftKings lineup that you have because there's nobody else to throw to.
Who they playing again? Just because
The Rams.
The Rams are without both receivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a dumpster fire.
Give me Ayuk. The 49ers.
Ayuk. I think the Rams are going to cover.
They might cover.
I think they lose by 6.
We'll see. It's just they look so embarrassing against the Cardinals, so it's kind of hard to.
Jacksonville at Buffalo.
You in Jacksonville, man.
I know.
You got a hard on for them.
Buffalo by 5. I have a hard on for Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't think Jacksonville is ready yet this year.
Tell you what, man, what an upset that would be. It'd be a good bounce in the right direction for those Jags.
That's it. That's for sure.
Here's another line that I didn't agree with. And I know this sounds bad because if I would have said I didn't agree with this line like 3 years ago, you would have thought I was an idiot. Washington Manders at the Bengals. Bengals by 7. They've got the Bengals by a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't trust that. And Jane Daniels only getting better.
I think T. Higgins is healthy though. I think he's playing this week, which thank God because he's going to save my fantasy team.
Yeah, losing Joe Mixon was bigger than they thought.
Yeah, I mean Zach Moss and Chase Brown as a dual thing is okay, but I don't know.
I don't know. Again, like you said about the line 3 years ago, 100%.
Yeah,
but
you would have
Jane
been like, what a
Daniels is
dumbass
getting
line.
better. He is every time he plays.
And he fucking runs, dude. Like
I know.
When we played them week 1, I mean, I was sitting there watching the game and I was like, fucking get him. Like, you know what I mean?
Baker had a career day, though. That was like his best game he ever played.
Yeah, he had a good one.
So that tells a lot about
then he
Washington's
had another good
defense.
one against Detroit.
You know what I mean? If Washington's defense doesn't look good, I'm not saying the Bucs offense is bad at all. You know, we got 2 great receivers and everything like that. What's the line?
Washington played the Giants last week, right?
Correct, and it was all field goals, and they won. It was the first time in history that one team scored 3 touchdowns and lost to a team that didn't score 1 touchdown. All field goals. So that's embarrassing. Shut up.
Holy shit.
With that being said, give me the Skins.
Yeah. I mean, something...
Bengals might win, okay? I'm just saying, but I think it's going to be
by
close.
7, right? Like,
yeah,
it's such a
that's
huge number,
my
but
thing.
it's like something's got to happen in Cincinnati.
It has to.
Like, something's got to click eventually.
You know what it is? It's going to happen, and they're going to put up like 50. That's when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just going to explode.
I think it's going to be this week.
That week, it could
I
be.
think I'm going to take the Bengals.
It could be.
So those are our picks. That's everything.
I love it.
Okay. You ready for a question?
Ready for a question?
It might be an easy question. I don't know. Is Shohei Ohtani the greatest athlete in MLB history?
Yes. Yes.
He has to be.
51 and 51 this year. 51 home runs, 51 stolen bases. That game.
I'm going against him in fantasy.
No, I can't say
So
anything.
I won't be here this week because I would have passed away.
Yeah. So I can't say I watched the game, okay? I didn't. It's the Dodgers and Marlins.
I didn't watch the game.
The Mets are playing the Phillies right now. I'm way more
I don't
into
need to
that.
watch the game. They'll show the highlights.
No,
on
100%.
Yeah.
But watching the highlights and the diving catches, the glove play from the shortstops, third base diving, Shohei going off, having 3 hits before he even had his 3 home runs.
He went 6 for 6.
His
I
first
believe
3
he had
innings.
Did he have 10 RBIs?
He had 10 RBIs.
Yeah.
His first 3 innings, he had 3 base hits, 1 single, 1 double, and he got thrown at the triple, but it was considered a double still. Had 2 stolen bases, and then he was like, okay, well, he's over the 50, so he had 51 stolen bases and, what was it, 48 home runs, and then he just mashed the 3 home runs
For
right at the end.
fantasy baseball players, he scored 112 points.
It's amazing. Amazing. So, yeah, to me, he passed Mike Trout, which I never thought I'd say 5-6 years ago. I thought Trout, to me, was the greatest player I've ever seen in my life.
Healthy.
Can't stay healthy, which is so upsetting. With him and Shohei on the same team, too, it's just the pitching was awful the whole time. Every time.
Yeah.
So with him making the playoffs now for the first time in 836 games.
It's also one of those things, too, where people forget next year he's going to be in the rotation, too.
Yeah. Maybe. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I mean, do you need to put him in the rotation?
If he's raking like that?
Yeah.
You know, he's not playing a position.
I mean, he could throw an inning or two if you need a,
for sure.
If you need a guy and it's like a blowout, throw him in there. You know what I mean, and make it easier.
Smoke 100. You know what I mean?
Hit 100 on the gun.
He's the greatest.
Fucking robotic elbow at this point.
I used to say, to me, I know it's not even close, but Mike Tyson to me, greatest athlete I've ever seen. I always say athlete because I thought what he did in the 80s was untouchable. Seeing Shohei do what he does in baseball, I know it's totally different, but he might be the greatest athlete I've ever seen. The pitching, the hitting, a 51-51 season has never been done. He's still, 9 games left?
I mean, it's also one of those things, too, where, like, I think that Shohei could probably go into a different sport and still do something, like, decent in those sports. I don't know if, like, Mike Tyson could do that or
I agree. He was only, 5'8"? You know what I mean? Like, the height
Mike Tyson would be a hell of a fucking fullback, dude. Could you imagine?
The rage
trying to plug a hole in Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm coming to get you. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Should I apologize for the perfect Mike Tyson impersonation? That I just...
Yeah.
So anyway...
Who do you think is the greatest athlete of all time?
It's funny that you say that because I wrote that question down in my notes app when I did the picks, and I was like, I want to talk to Mike about athletes that we had growing up, where kids now have this Shohei Ohtani.
Love that. I love that.
What athletes did you have growing up that you idolized? And it doesn't have to be the greatest of all time.
Correct. So there was a few. Tyson, because my dad was really into boxing, and my cousin Eddie was a Gold Glover in Long Island, so he had his own gym. So I grew up around the boxing thing in the 90s. Jordan, of course, every kid growing up in the 90s, everybody had the Jordans, everybody had the jersey, everybody like that, stuff like that. My biggest one was Mariano Rivera. I'm not a Yankee fan, but I thought he was the most incredible pitcher. He only had one pitch, and they couldn't hit it for over 15 years. Close to 20 years he played, and he just threw the cutter. I thought that was incredible. And then my other one was Latrell Sprewell, just because being a Knicks fan. And I always like the story of him choking the coach out.
There's something that's so, like, ballsy about, like, everybody knowing what you're going to throw.
Yeah. It's still doing it.
And you still can't hit it.
And it was like the same. It was inside on lefties. It was outside for righties. And it did not matter.
And the thing is, too, if for the outside for righties, honestly, the cutter's better inside for both batters.
Yeah.
So him putting it on the outside is like you can, have a chance of slapping it the other way, but nobody could catch up to the movement back then.
Except for
And now though with the sweeper pitches, it's insane. So depending on the sport, growing up, obviously I'm a Bucks fan.
Yeah.
There's the only jerseys I've ever owned from the old Bucks were Derek Brooks and Mike Allstott. Those were my guys. Mike Allstott because, like, he was just gritty. You know what I mean? He did what he is. Derek Brooks because he was a leader.
Yeah.
That defense, I think, went around what Derek was saying. I loved a lot of those athletes. Obviously, Jordan is one of the...
Yeah.
I really enjoyed... There's a couple of basketball... I loved Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq was fun.
I loved Shaq because he was just like this goofy. He came out with like a rap album.
He sure did.
You know what I mean?
He was in Kazam.
Yeah, and then in baseball, it's funny because I've been a Rays fan my entire life, but when I was a kid, I was best friends with this kid named Kyle. Kyle Schultz, if you're watching, shout out. I played second base when I played baseball, and he played shortstop. We were 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I would go over to his house, and we would practice running double plays
Nice.
for hours. Hours. And it got to a point where we would go into the game, and a 9-year-old would hit it on the ground.
Yeah.
To like him, he would scoop it, shovel it. I'd barehanded kick the bag and throw out the runner at first.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other coach would look at my dad and go, "What the fuck, dude?" My dad's like, "I didn't teach him that." Like,
yeah.
But he was an Indians fan. And there was a guy that popped into my head that I don't know if it's not Omar Vizquel, it's not
Okay.
Roberto
All
Alomar.
right.
Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton, yeah, of course. Center
I
fielder,
don't know
yeah.
what he did that made me like,
Just love him as a kid.
dude, he was
Yeah.
he was fast, you know what I mean? He played great center field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Jim Edmonds too.
Yeah.
I the center field position is such a difficult one.
Yeah.
And like Jim Edmonds was making insane catches out there.
Well, I think there's one guy we'd agree with, though, in baseball.
Okay.
Jason Michaels.
Jason Michaels. Yeah, for sure.
7th grade, went to a Pirates game. I forgot what they were
Spring
playing.
training
Red
game.
Sox or something like that.
The
And,
Phillies, wasn't it?
Maybe it was Phillies.
Because Jason
oh, it was. That's right. He was with the
Jason
Phillies at the
Michaels
time.
was on the Phillies.
That's right. And he was playing right field, and it was
Yeah.
right by the bleachers for us. So we looked up and saw his name was Jason Michaels. So we just got excited. So we started chanting, Jason Michaels.
For
and
4 innings.
four innings. So he was excited. He threw a ball up to us. You know, that was
Mhm.
pretty cool. And when he got benched, or, you know, at the end of the game, when he was leaving,
Yeah.
he
Because
did
it's spring training, so
Yeah.
everybody has to get
yeah, so
put up.
he came back out and tilted his hat to us and everything
Yeah.
like that. It was
Because we
it
were
was awesome.
chanting, "We want Michaels."
Yeah.
And that was 7th grade. So
7th
that
grade.
was like fresh into our friendship.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That was awesome.
One
time.
of it's funny. It's one of the best memories I think I've ever had with you too. At least top 5, and it happened probably we were only friends for like 6 months,
Yeah.
and we created this core memory. There's a couple of memories from our childhood that the Jason Michaels one was great. You giving me a concussion
Yeah.
was another good one,
That was a good one.
which we're not undiagnosed. CTESPN. I caught a touchdown. David threw a ball over
David's
your
my brother.
outstretched hands. I caught a touchdown, and like most DBs in the NFL, you're angry, so you just shoved me right into a pole.
Yep.
Boom! It was the wood pole too,
It sure was.
and I had a bruise, and I had to play it off with my mom. I was like, "Oh, I fell," you know what I mean? But and then I was out because then I awoke, and you were like, "Hey, are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
totally good, man."
The other one too is when we broke the chair playing baseball.
Yeah, and then I told the ridiculous, a plastic chair. We were playing wiffle ball.
Yeah.
It was a plastic chair. We would throw it. If it hit the chair, it's a strike.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Not the legs.
Yep. It had to be where the seat is.
The seat. Thank you. I was gonna say girth. That's not a good. That's not a good word. That's not a good word. It's not a good word. Anyway. So where the seat was. Well, I don't. Did you break it?
I don't know. I can't remember if I did or something.
We
but
went to go
I
throw
think we
it.
got pissed and we slammed the back
You
down.
slammed. It wasn't me. You slammed
yeah.
the bat and
and
broke
it
the
just
chair.
shattered the chair. Yeah.
Shattered it, and we knew we were in trouble.
Well, it sucked because my dad. I think was my mom there at the time.
No,
Or it was
Keeley.
It was Keeley. Well, they would use those chairs to smoke in the front. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So now this chair was broken. They
Yeah.
didn't have a chair. So I knew when my dad got home, he was going to be pissed. And he had
Very.
an F-350 with a whistle on the back. So we heard him like 3 blocks away
Yeah.
coming. So we scrambled. We ran as fast as we could. I can't remember what we did with the chair at the time.
well, we tried to fix it, and we're 11, 12.
Yeah.
We had no business trying to fix it.
Yeah. So anyways, we had dinner. My dad started yelling. Remember about the chair?
He asked about the chair,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "I've got this." And I'm 11, so I'm like, "How can I get out of this situation?" So I was like, so we were sitting there, and the chair was there, and then all of a sudden, an alien came out from the sky and landed onto this chair, completely shattered it. We were like, "What is going on?" And then he escaped before we had an opportunity to confront him about the chair. Something ridiculous like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
And it got to a point where by the end of the story, your dad was laughing so hard, he wasn't mad about the chair anymore. And it
Yeah.
was one of those things where I call him Pops. I call his dad
Yeah,
Pops
yeah.
because it's like I've known him for 20-something years.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? He doesn't age. I don't know how that happens.
No.
Oh, also a little bit of breaking news. This morning I was brushing my teeth, and ladies, and I was looking in the mirror, and I saw gray hairs in my beard.
No. Where?
They were coming in.
Really?
Yeah, you probably can't see it in the light, but yeah,
Yeah, you're real
I
late, buddy.
plucked one out, and I was like, "What is that blonde? What the fuck?" And then I looked at it, I was like, "Cool." And then I went to work like a man with gray in his beard would do, the old grind. So
Oh man, that's a good one.
it's funny because I wanted to talk about like the athletes of our childhood,
Yeah.
and we ended up just talking about our childhood too,
Yeah,
which is
that's
like
what it is.
we go way back. It's at a point where like we go to places and there's people that know both of us.
Yeah.
They always are like, "Where's Cody?" or
Yeah.
"Where's Mike?"
People always ask too, how did me and you meet? And I said, thank God for hacky sack,
Yeah,
because that's how we met.
we played hacky sack together outside of our middle school.
Yep.
We got pretty good.
We got really good.
We got pretty good.
That
at
1,
it.
2, 3 peg. Put kids
1,
in the
2, 3
hospital.
peg is a tough one. Trying to do your math assignment, you got a welt on your neck. Is like, you know what I mean? You're afraid that the school's gonna call the cops, thinking you're abused, but meanwhile you're just 12.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah. So on that note, let's do a Cody's Corner. Because
well, actually, I have one more topic.
okay,
How much
perfect.
time do we have?
You're at 50 minutes.
I don't have another topic, but I was going to ask you about
Yeah.
the
What you got?
injuries in the NFL.
Okay.
There's
They're piling up.
out of control.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think personally, a lot of guys aren't doing any preseason games.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So their body's not ready for it. You know what I mean? Because they want to cut it back as much as they can. I think, they're only doing 3 now? Or is it still 4?
3.
They're doing 3 now. And they're only opting for like 1 game. They're playing 1 half.
Well, yeah. It's tough too because for these coaches, let's talk about this. We're gonna not have a Cody's Corner this week.
Okay.
So the thing with the coaches is like you've got 90 guys, and you got to whittle it down to 53.
Yeah.
And that number from 44 to 53 is so important
Yeah.
that like you've got to figure out who's going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just do one of those things where you got to play them. And that means they got to take somebody else's spot. And
That's
but
it.
the thing is they had it last year. The injuries weren't that bad.
I don't know. New season, you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't tell you exactly because every injury was different. It happened different things, you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know because it's like, some people blame turf. But it's like, well, they're not happening in turf either.
yeah.
Well, it's like, I wonder what is different about this season.
Well,
compared
again,
to
you're
others.
not hitting too during great practices.
Yeah.
You only have a certain amount of padded practices, so your body's not even ready for that impact.
Yeah, and you know what it is too, is the defensive players are figuring out how to not get penalties,
Correct.
but that requires them to hit people in other areas, not the head, which is causing more injuries.
It is.
Ankle injuries, leg injuries.
Yep.
I mean, we see a lot of like torn biceps and
Mm-hmm.
triceps and things like that. So it's like, all right, are they not preparing enough, like with their body? What's happening here?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And then you have situations too where you have a guy that's out with an injury who's like really good, and their backups are playing their asses off, and you're like, great. Like, when this guy comes back, he's not even going to get his full workload again.
Correct. Yeah.
It's wild, man. The turnover in the NFL is
It's
so
yeah.
quick. It's like you get hurt for like a whole season,
Mhm.
you'll never bounce back now.
That's why like the practice squad is very important.
So important.
You know what I mean? And people don't really look into that, but it is. It's very important.
You need to have on your practice squad. You have to have a quarterback
Yep. A running
that
back.
knows the offense,
Mm-hmm.
probably a running back.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to have a specialist, somebody that can kick or punt or both.
Yeah. Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. I also would prefer to have a long snapper.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you never know when you're going to need one. Unless you have an emergency long snapper.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs, I think long snapper went down,
Mm-hmm.
and their third string tight end was just slinging pigskins back to
Really?
the punter, dude. I was like, this guy. You know how difficult that is? Have you tried to long snap?
I did in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredibly difficult.
It is. Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, I have to worry about the offense the whole practice. Oh, let me just snap 15 balls just
It's funny
to keep
you say
myself loose.
One of the guys who used to work for the Pirates, his name was Brian Selman, and he won the national championship with Alabama the first year Nick Saban won. I think it was like 09. And he was a long snapper for that team.
Nice.
So we were messing around with him and stuff. So he was standing in the laundry room, and every time somebody would walk in there, he would fire a football behind his, under his legs, whatever, and like hit them and stuff.
Drill them.
Dude, that shit was going out like 60 miles an hour.
They
Seriously,
come out
he was flying.
fast.
Yeah.
People don't forget, like, a punter has to be
the
an
other too
athlete.
is
You got to catch that son
it's a
bitch coming
spiral.
back there.
It's
a
a spiral
perfect
flying
spiral.
back. It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah. I need to learn how to long snap.
That's an underappreciated position if you think about it.
Yeah. You don't realize how important it is until it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, our long snapper, how are we supposed to punt? Well, we can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you don't fire back there like they do, that's giving them time.
Yeah, you got to throw it back there with speed.
Yeah.
You know,
Accuracy.
extra points.
Yep.
Field goals. That's why you always have to have an emergency one.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to be on the same page as you.
Yeah.
I understand it now.
See?
Yeah. I did want to say one thing, though.
Okay.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago or something? The first Indian board player finally made to the big leagues.
Rocker. Right?
I can't remember the exact name. I think it might
Kamal Rocker.
But that's amazing to me because with Rinku and Dinesh being with the Pirates, the first ever signed to a major league team.
Yeah.
Or not major. You know what I mean? Like they were in the minor leagues. But like finally seeing that, it's like wow. Somebody probably saw that. You know what I mean? It was like, well, we have a chance. You know, so it's kind of cool to see like it evolved and have the first Indian board.
I mean,
like,
baseball's everywhere.
it's cool. It really is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Rays got Curtis Mead from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
His walk-up song is "Coming from the Land Down Under." It's
you got to.
incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? You've got the Canadians in there, Australians, Africa has made an appearance. I mean, Europe, I'm sure it's
you
got
Netherlands,
guys.
Italians.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was only a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, it's like basketball if you think about it now. Back in the 90s when we had like the super teams, you know, we did the Olympics, the Jordan, Barkley, Bird. We were destroying those teams. But you know what? It opened a door to them. And if you look at the NBA now, with Jokic, you have
You can't. It's
Giannis.
impossible for somebody to properly pronounce a starting five on an NBA team.
Yeah. So it's like, I forgot what it was. I think it's like 30% now of the NBA is actually like Europeans or other countries and stuff, which is crazy to me. Like Joel Embiid, I kind of forgot that he's not. You know what I mean? Just because.
Yeah.
Of course, with the name, but I kind of forgot about that. So it was kind of interesting. I saw this breakdown of like how much the NBA has changed just in like 30 years since the first.
Yeah, well, it's also in football too. Like this is a bad example, but Josh Uche got a roughing the passer penalty on Thursday night, and he went back to the sideline, and you could put flags from where you're from. He had the Nigerian flag.
And thank O.C. Umenyiora for that.
O.C., yeah.
Because O.C.'s over there right now. He's training all these guys. Dude. He's leading that whole thing, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, people can come home and help these guys, and who knows, man. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy to think about, like, baseball's kind of been doing it longer than anybody else.
Yep.
Because the game itself is everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then football's different. You know what I mean?
We got to think of the years they established. Baseball has been around since the 1800s. You know what I mean?
True.
So I'm sure in the Caribbeans in the early 1900s they started to play. Mm-hmm. Started figuring out. Basketball was like the 50s, 60s, when it really started becoming something. So
back when they didn't dribble. Remember that?
Yeah. So it took like 40 years after that for like more people to start going. And so now football started really in the 70s, you know what I mean, like really popularized.
And then they had like a little NFL Europe.
They did.
You know what I mean? They've got like the Canadian League, but that was it.
Yeah, that
and
was
now they've got like, you hear stories like Moritz Boehringer, who was a wide receiver from Germany.
Yes. Yep.
I remember during draft day, he was like with the draft guys, and Mike Mayock was there.
Yeah.
And they're like, what team has talked to you? He's like, the Vikings. And then he was like, I know Mike Zimmer. And he goes to the camera. He goes, Mike, listen up, bud. He goes, this guy deserves to be on an NFL roster. You need to draft him. And then awesome. Minnesota had like 4 picks in the 7th round.
Yeah, they picked him.
And it was like the second one in, and they're like, the Minnesota Vikings select Moritz Boehringer. And then,
that's cool.
And then Mayock started cracking up laughing, and it went to their draft room, and Zimmer's dying, dude. So he ended up, I think, switching to tight end, too.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. That's it. That's a good podcast.
Yeah, this was a good one.
I'm excited for these challenges next week. And I will look up concerts for Cody.
You've got to bring cinnamon and hot sauce.
Okay. I will.
Probably a chicken nugget too.
So cinnamon challenge is just a spoonful of cinnamon, right? Okay, perfect.
We're gonna need water. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But we got
I
water
figure
here
we'll get
too,
like
so.
we'll get like a bowl or something too for me to spit it into because I've done it before.
Okay, perfect.
So
He's a seasoned cinnamon. I can't
I'm
even
a
say that word.
I'm a seasoned synonym. All right, well, the guys like and subscribe. Honestly, subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're putting out shorts, we're putting out little videos and all sorts of stuff.
Now we got challenge videos.
We've got challenge
excited.
videos. We might be doing some of those challenge videos separate.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on. If you're watching, thank you. If you're listening, also thank you. You're equally as important. But until next week, I think Mike and I are out. So
Peace.
see you.